Okay, chapter 9.2 talks about combined events in probability. That means one or two or three things happening, one after the other, and then you judge probabilities based upon those two events actually happening together. So let's just take a look. What you see there is a ready-made table that I have downloaded from elsewhere. It's really going to be used as an adaptation to question 2 on page 117, operating in grade D/C. It's a two-way table essentially, with dice number 1 going across the top from, let's just show you just there. So dice number 1, we're going across from 1 to 6, that's what's on the dice, so a fair, an ordinary dice in here. Dice number 2, 1 to 6, and what's happened is a person's rolled 2 dice, and you know, they've added up all the scores that could possibly occur. So 1 plus 1 is 2, 1 plus 2 is 3, 1 plus 3 is 4, 6 plus a 6 on the other dice comes to 12. Incidentally, it should be pronounced die, singular, dice, plural, but you know, we just go with what's in the book rather. So it says copy and complete the two-way table. Well, I've done that, the scores were clearly added, so I've just described. I want to jump straight to the questions. Copy and complete, so yeah, that's done. Use the table to find the probability that the total is 2. So let's just do probability shorthand. What is the probability of getting a 2? There's only one way of getting a 2, so that's going to be 1 out of, I'm sure we can see there, 6 by 6, that's 36 different possible outcomes. Alright? So probability of getting a total of 2 is 1 out of 36. Next one. The probability of getting something less than 10. Well, these are all 10s. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 6 outcomes, 6 totals that are greater than 10. Therefore, to be less than 10, I must have the other 30. So it's 30 over 36 is the probability of getting a score less than 10. So I don't really want to count these right now, but take a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 across there. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 27, 28, 29, 30. So do it the long way if you want to. So 30 over 60, you can simplify if you want to, halve it down like I've said before, over 18, put 3's into that, 5/6. You don't always have to simplify down in probability unless of course you're told to do that, in which case you better do it. So the probability of scoring a total of under 10 is 30 over 36, 5/6. The probability of getting a total of 12. Alright then, well, how many 12s do you see on the table? I just see that one right there, just one way of doing it. So it's 1 out of 36. And finally, what's the probability of getting an odd score? Well, let's have a look. These are the odds. Let's just change colours so it stands out. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Back to yellow. So the chance of getting an odd total score is going to be, I've lost count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 18, yeah, 18 over 36. Well, that's half of them, clearly so. I mean, think of it logically, 36 possible outcomes, half will be odd, the other half even. But there they are, shown you in blue there. So it's 18 out of 36, a half. I want to do another question similar to this. Turning over the page, if it lets me. Again, it's an adaptation of question 3, really. I sort of combined question 2 and 3 together. Well, here we still have 2 dice, dice 1, dice 2, but instead of adding, we're going to have a multiplication system here. So, for example, we've still got a 6 by 6 grid. Ignore all those zeros for the simple reason that that's not going to be there on the dice. So I just like to rub that little lot out, put a big thick line, big black line through that. So this doesn't happen, goodbye to you, and this doesn't happen, goodbye to you. I've not done this before, it's quite exciting actually. Back to yellow, normal sort of thickness. Right, so that's what we're looking at. We now have a proper 6 by 6 grid. What do we got here? 1 times 1 is 1, 1 times 2 is 2, 3 times 4 is 12, and that's what we've got. Alright, so I'm going to use exactly the same questions as before and adapt it to this scenario. So what's the probability that the total is 1? So I'll work over here. Probability of getting a 1, well there it is right there. 1 out of 36, still 36 options, 36 possible outcomes. The probability of getting something less than 10, so I've got, let's have a look. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yep, 17 ways of getting a score less than 10. So it'll be 17 out of 36. Well, that's the phone ringing. Hope somebody else will get that. The probability of actually getting the 12, let's have a look. 1, change colour, it stands out. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Probability of getting 12 is 4 over 36, 2 over 18, 1/9 probability, alright? And finally, probability of going odd, or getting an odd product, so to speak. So odds then, let's try and recount, do it in black. Well, that's odd. 1, 2, 3, they're all evens. 3, 4, 5, 6, they're all evens. 7, 8, 9, and they're all evens. Right, 9 over 36. 9 over 36 goes in there 4 times, I believe, or does it? No, 3 goes in there 3 times, 3 goes in there 3 goes in there 12 times. Answer 1/4. There you go. Beautiful. Yeah, 4 9s make 36, so it's a quarter. Dead easy, isn't it? I think I've got space for one more, maybe turn over the page. Yes, use a clean page, why not? I love question 4, I really do. Lucy says that if you flip 2 coins, the possible outcomes are 2 heads, 2 tails, or 1 of each. Now she's got it completely correct. However, she therefore decides that the probability of getting 2 heads is 1/3. Explain why Lucy is wrong. Now let's just list these outcomes carefully. I've got 2 coins. I've got coin number 1 and coin number 2. I could get a head on one and a head on the other. I can get a tail on one, a tail on the other, or as Lucy says, I can get 1 of each, which means I can go head, tail, or tail on coin number 1 and head on coin number 2. So even though she did list the outcomes correctly in as far as she can have 2 heads, 2 tails, or 1 of each. Now what she overlooked was the fact there is 2 ways of getting 1 of each. You can go head tail or tail head, and therefore the probability of getting 2 heads, if I do it over here, is in fact 1 out of 4 possible outcomes. Okay, so it's 1/4 and not 1 out of 3.